When looking at agricultural machinery, a majority of equipment is run on high-powered diesel engines. Why is this a problem? Natural resources are limited and fuel can be inefficient and is an unclean energy source. To understand the problem, let's take a look at how diesel power works.
Engines receive their power by burning fuel to drive a piston, which in turn applies energy to the crankshaft, which provides motion to the axle. In a diesel engine, the fuel is directly injected into the cylinder, where it ignites when added to pressurized air, causing a reaction to force the piston down, in turn driving the crankshaft.
Upon interviewing Dr. Alan Hansen, we are introduced into how new tractors are being run with an indefinitely variable transmission, or IVT. As the graph shows, the IVT can be represented as RPMs versus torque. The horizontal lines represent how well the engine converts each liter of fuel into kilowatts of energy. The lines curving upward represent lines of constant power. As the engine moves up and down these lines of constant power, it can raise and lower fuel efficiency dramatically. A difference of only a few hundred RPMs can make a 20% change in fuel economy. There is a sweet spot that the engine can operate in, and at this area, the engine is converting most of its energy into power. But why is this? In this diagram, we see that the engine converts energy into power in one of two ways, either hydraulically or mechanically, or even a little of both. When a tractor operates in lower gears and higher RPMs, it uses a hydraulic path to convert energy to power. In the hydraulic process, 20% of power can be lost while it is being transferred to the wheels. However, when the engine operates in the sweet spot and in higher gears, it is operating only mechanically, and that allows for a much better fuel economy as more energy is converted to power. So the key to fuel efficiency lies not only in the kind of fuel, but how the engine converts that fuel to power.
Now that we know how diesel fuel works, let's look at electricity as an energy source. As we mentioned before, diesel fuel was a limited source of energy, so as you might expect, many big companies are looking into electric power tractors. There are many types of electric power tractors out there, but they're all light machines similar to ride-on lawnmowers. These electric power machines have outputs around 40 kilowatts, whereas typical farm tractors have outputs of 100 to maybe 200 kilowatts, and no currently available batteries could provide anything like this amount of energy. Also, diesel engines typically have a much longer lasting working life than electric-powered engines.
Off-road agricultural machinery requires a large amount of non-renewable resources. While alternative fuel sources are becoming more practical, they cannot yet generate the power necessary to support the workload of such a hungry society.